Good afternoon and welcome to State of Events. My name is Michael Overby.
And my name is Kasia Pieruk. It's been a beautiful weather today here in San Francisco, hasn't it?
Yes, and with great weather comes even better news. What do you have for us today, Kasia?
Presidential candidate Bernie Sanders is coming to the Bay Area tomorrow ahead of the California's June 7th Democratic primary. The Santa Clara County Fairgrounds will host Sanders' first major Bay Area rally in this election race against Hillary Clinton. After addressing supporters in San Jose, Bernie Sanders will head to the East Bay for another rally at Vallejo Waterfront Park.
John Kasich signaled Monday that he still harbors deep uneasiness with Donald Trump as the Republican nominee. Kasich is declining to endorse him and reiterates that he will not serve as Trump's vice president. Kasich has maintained that he has not yet decided whether he can support Trump's message, and further warned that Trump is set to lose in November should he not adopt a more welcoming political posture. Despite this, he still said Monday that he would not mount a third-party bid for the White House, putting an end to budding hopes that the former Republican presidential candidate would re-enter the race.
After 10 days of hunger strikes at San Francisco State University, including a brief hospitalization of one of the 4 hunger strikers, an agreement regarding the future of the College of Ethnic Studies is reached. The protest drew support of actor and activist Danny Glover in ethnic studies programs around the nation. 4 students launched a hunger strike on May 2nd, alleging that SFSU administration was trying to dismantle the program by depriving it of funds. The protesters were demanding $8 million in direct funding for the College of Ethnic Studies. Finally, the university administration agreed to 11 of the demands and developing a program in Pacific Islander studies. The agreement will result in additional investment of almost $500,000 in support of the college. 6 University of California campuses are named in the most recent ranking for top public colleges in the country. A new study conducted by Nisha.com looks not only at academic programs and GPA rates achieved by students. All colleges were also judged based on the accomplishments of their professors and campus diversity. UCLA is the highest rated public school in California, and UC Berkeley falls a few points short and misses the top 3. The UC system schools are not the only ones to make the list, however. Cal Poly scores the highest out of California State University system.
4 San Francisco supervisors have echoed calls of protesters for the city to begin searching for a new police chief. Citing a worry that continued demonstrations focused on Chief Greg Suhr have become a sideshow, City Supervisor Jane Kim, who is also running for state senate in November, called for the removal of Suhr last Wednesday. Supervisors David Campos, Eric Marr, and John Avalos have echoed Kim's stance since her announcement. Kim is the first high-level elected official to publicly support naming a new chief, even though protesters have been calling for his firing since the shooting death of Mario Woods on December 2, 2015.
San Francisco Supervisor Scott Wiener is introducing new legislation today. He's meeting with the Board of Supervisors to end rent control loophole that currently leaves HIV survivors vulnerable to rent spikes. Wiener defends his idea from critics and says that renters who are long-term HIV survivors are the people who are disproportionately low income or on a fixed income and cannot afford to rent at market rate. Even though many of them receive rental assistance vouchers from the HIV/AIDS vouchers program, they are not protected under rent control. The vouchers cover only a limited percentage of rent, and the funding is too small to cope with the San Francisco rental hikes.
Coming up after the break, we'll tell you what's happening with the gun that was used to shoot Trayvon Martin, why the Burger King on Market is blasting Beethoven.
And our reporter Lindsay Regas will give you a world update.
Claudia is a pre-med student in search of a global health experience. She desires a program abroad that provides cultural immersion. Claudia wants a credible program that affirms her interest in the medical field. Most importantly, she seeks an international, community-based health program. Claudia finds herself with Child Family Health International. How will you distinguish yourself? Visit cfhi.org.
Donate to Habitat for Humanity Greater San Francisco and let your change become the change a family needs. Habitat for Humanity Greater San Francisco. Building homes and hope in Marin, San Francisco, and the Peninsula.
Welcome back to State of Events. A Bay Area News Group investigation has found overseas contractors are shipping workers from impoverished countries to American factories. They work very long shifts for wages as low as $5 per hour. Entering the country with tourist visas, the workers are increasingly showing up in the Bay Area, where companies can save a bundle on cheap imported labor. Gregor Leshnik was among more than 100 of those workers coming here from Eastern Europe to build a new high-tech paint shop at Tesla's auto plant in Fremont. After Leshnik plunged 30 feet to the factory floor and got severely injured, he decided to come forward. Now, his whistleblower lawsuit is exposing the hidden workforce expanding Tesla's factory.
Berkshire Hathaway, the conglomerate run by billionaire Warren Buffett, disclosed in a regulatory filing Monday that it purchased more than 9.8 million shares in Apple during this first quarter. This marks Berkshire's first investment in Apple and comes at a time where Apple's stock continues to decline. As some raise red flags for future investors, Apple has recently announced that it has had its first quarter of losses in both sales and profits in over 13 years. Many are speculating that this is due to the decline in innovation from Apple since the passing of its famed founder, Steve Jobs.
Now let's turn to our world reporter Lindsay Regis for the latest updates about the Brussels attacks.
Thanks, Kasha. After the Brussels-Zaventem airport bombing, the Maelbeek metro station was ordered to close. Information regarding the failure to close the Maelbeek station has just been released. The Parliamentary Commission says an email from Belgium Federal Police was sent to the wrong email address. They sent the email at 9:07 a.m. and the explosion happened 4 minutes later. The metro station worker Decipher says the email was sent to his personal address and he did not receive it until after the attacks. Decipher says even if he saw the message, it wouldn't have made a difference. He says it takes at least 30 minutes to evacuate the metro station. The metro closed directly after the attack. And Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff has been removed from office. Rousseff was accused of violating fiscal laws by using funds from state banks to cover budget shortfalls. Her opponents claim this strategy eroded confidence among investors. It raised the government's borrowing cost and disregarding measures designed to prevent a return of high inflation. Michel Temer became the president and held his first cabinet meeting Friday morning. The Brazilian economy is in its second year of recession. Temer has already begun to slash spending by reducing the number of ministries. The impeachment trial will go on for the next 6 months while Brazil gets ready for the Olympic trials. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Lindsay. Walk by the Burger King on the corner of 8th and Market Streets in San Francisco, and you will hear the rich harmonic sounds of classical music. Vivaldi, Bach, Beethoven, all the greats and their masterful pieces can be heard from speakers mounted on the exterior of a fast food restaurant. According to the restaurant management, the sidewalk in front of the eatery was attracting unwanted crowds. It had also become a crash pad for the local homeless. All of this allegedly made it difficult for the businesses to operate and was uncomfortable for its customers. As a result of this musical activity, the troubled street corner has been cleared out, but not everyone seems to be happy about this idea. Many homeless say they had to reallocate to escape the music that doesn't allow them to rest.
Beekeepers across the United States lost 44% of their honeybee colonies during the year 2015, according to the latest preliminary results of an annual nationwide survey. The survey, which asks both commercial and small-scale beekeepers to track the health and survival rates of their honeybee colonies, is conducted each year by the Bee Informed Partnership. This comes at a crucial time where bee losses globally continue to rise. Scientists believe that this rapid deterioration in bee colonies will lead to a crash in the agricultural industry, as many plants rely on the pollination from bees to grow.
Coming up next, we cover San Francisco's Beta Breakers.
Reporter Jerry Burgos tells us what went wrong with the Warriors.
And Haley Vetterline will tell us what went wrong when people tried to skip the bridge toll.
Claudia is a pre-med student in search of a global health experience. She desires a program abroad that provides cultural immersion. Claudia wants a credible program that affirms her interest in the medical field. Most importantly, she seeks an international, community-based health program. Claudia finds herself with Child Family Health International. How will you distinguish yourself? Visit cfhi.org.
Welcome back. Another year, another race filled with costumes, nudity, and political controversy. Beta Breakers 2016 took place this past Sunday, and with tens of thousands in attendance, it is safe to say that it was a success. Beta Breakers, the 7.5-mile marathon that spans throughout the city and ends at Ocean Beach, was celebrated by people of all shapes and sizes. The event, which began in 1912, has seen millions of participants coming from all around the world and has remained a staple event in San Franciscan culture.
The Golden State Warriors took on the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. If you missed it, don't worry, Jerry Burgos is here to tell us all about it. Jerry?
Steph Curry made mistakes, Draymond Green rushed shots, and Andre Iguodala disappear. You add that all up and you get a Warriors loss. The Warriors must fix things quickly against the dangerous and inspire Oklahoma City Thunder. If they want to even out the series on Wednesday, we go to Oracle Arena for Game 1 of this possible seven-game series. We see Russell Westbrook entering the building, his always particular outfits. Steph Curry, pregame shooting. We begin with few seconds left in the second quarter. Curry from three, buzzer beater, yes! Here's another look at the babyface assassin. He's doing what he does best. We go to the third quarter, and it would be Russell Westbrook time. Here comes Westbrook from three. Bang! We get another one. Here's another one. If you didn't like the other one, here's one from the top of the arc. Russell Westbrook with the steal, with the two-handed jam. And he would bring the Oklahoma City Thunder ahead. We go to the fourth quarter. The Warriors down by 6. Steph Curry with the three, putting him back on track. Harrison Barnes would get the ball here and put the game by 1. The Warriors would be down by 1, and then it would be Kevin Durant here with the dagger. Just a few seconds to go. Bang! And the Oklahoma City Thunder would walk away with the victory, stealing one from Oakland. 108-102. Westbrook with 27 points. This is what Curry had to say.
We got rushed a little bit, tried to go for the home run plays. Sometimes it works. When you get a feel like it's not clicking, you're not getting the shots that you want, you're kind of forcing it. We need to have more composure to be able to slow it down and work those possessions. Because defensively we were getting enough stops and rebounds that we had opportunity. We just got out of character a little bit. but something we'll learn from.
Switching gears a bit, bad news for Giants fans. Tim Lincecum has chosen an LA team to make his comeback. Former two-time Cy Young Award winner Tim Lincecum was studying several major league offers that would allow him to make a comeback. Reports now coming in that the three-time World Series champion has chosen the Anaheim Angels and will sign a one-year contract pending a physical. The Sharks take on the St. Louis Blues tonight in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, while the San Francisco Giants visit Petco Park behind their ace Madison Bumgarner. That's all for sports. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Jerry. Well, it's never too early to start talking NFL football, especially when a Bay Area native is called up to the big leagues. Jared Goff, a former Cal quarterback, was the first NFL draft pick. And if I'm correct, Victor, you had a chance to speak with his family?
Yes, thanks, guys. I had a chance to speak with the family. It took several weeks, with the NFL, everything going on. But State of Events was able to get an exclusive, and get this. The Novato native left high school early and enrolled at UC Berkeley and became Cal's first true freshman starting quarterback in program history. But after just 3 seasons as the Golden Bears signal caller, he's decided to take a new challenge, the NFL.
With the first pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Jared Goff, quarterback, California.
The dream of any football player, hearing their name selected and walking down across one of the NFL's grandest stages. But just a few have the privilege to see the entire process it takes to get there. In Jared Goff's case, his family was his secret weapon.
I'm very lucky and thankful that my parents were kind of let me do my own thing and really, let me be as good as I wanted to be.
We really kind of tried to stress, keep everything as simple as you can. Don't make it bigger than it needs to be, and have fun.
Having a father who played in Major League Baseball could have easily added pressure to Goff's promising football career. But for Jerry Goff, his biggest concern was seeing the best for his son, knowing he wasn't highly recruited coming out of high school.
There was like no interest for a while, There was a early part of his, I don't know what it was, beginning of his junior year or end of his sophomore year, when he should have been getting, where most kids were getting recruited, he was getting nothing. And we were like, crap, well, we'll just see what happens.
What ended up happening was that Jared put together a record-breaking resume at Marin Catholic High School and eventually did the same at Berkeley, ending his college career in the Pac-12 with conference highs in passing yards and touchdowns. And the last few months has been all business, combines, workouts, looking at every detail, especially the size of his hands.
You're getting evaluated for playing a sport, but at the same time, they're kind of micro-evaluating everything about you, and it's for good reason. They're going to be putting a big investment into you, but at the same time, it's not very fun for the person, going through it.
Even though it hasn't been much fun for the 21-year-old quarterback, all reports agree the most common trait Goff possesses is his self-confidence.
He just seems to be able to handle anything that comes his way, whether it's a blitzing linebacker, questions about his hands, anything. He makes it funny, he deflects, he's just a natural at that.
Now, if Jared remains the starting quarterback for the LA Rams once Week 1 rolls around, he will face the San Francisco 49ers, the team he grew up watching.
Last week, Anton brought to you a funny segment about NBA mess-ups. This week, he's back with another one that will make you laugh. Anton?
All right, Beverly. The point is, dude, you're in the NBA. If someone makes a joke about you, get over yourself. It's not that serious. Matter of fact, you deserve the jokes after you beat the girl as bad as you did. But that's it for this week's segment. Now, for more on people not behaving fair, let's go to Haley Vetterline in the studio.
This week, I went down to the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge because I was hearing that people were going to the extreme just to avoid paying bridge tolls. Bridge tolls are really big here in the Bay Area, so this story intrigued me. I met up with some cops down by the bridge, so let's take a look at the Bay Area behaving badly.
This man right here drove through the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge with no visible fast track and the paper dealer plate on the back. This driver bought the car about a year ago and has been commuting across the bridge ever since. When questioned, the driver said his plates were at home, but the plates were actually very, very close by.
They're on the car, and he bought the car brand new, he says.
The plates were covered up. Officers from the Marin area office of the California Highway Patrol are looking for drivers that tried to avoid paying bridge tolls by not putting plates on their cars or hiding them. This driver has absolutely no plates. Apparently they were on order. She had the paperwork except for the fact that the car didn't pass smog, so no plates were even issued. After searching through her stuff, she couldn't find her fast track. What happened next is not pretty.
Citing you for a violation to get your car smog, to get the license plates done, because you already paid your fees. And then you don't have your transponder device with you, so I'm citing you for that. And then you're going to have to show the court's proof of insurance.
Now back to the first guy. The dealer plate was removed and...
So you're getting a citation for driving without the proper display of your license plates, driving without a fast track transponder, and going through the fast track lane.
If they both simply paid the bridge toll, they probably would have never been noticed. At the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge, I'm Haley Vetterline, State of Events.
People will go to such extremes just to avoid paying a small toll fee. I use my fast track like twice a week and it's really not that expensive. Definitely not as expensive as a huge ticket.
It was great having you today with us and throughout the entire semester.
We hope you join us next season. Signing off, this is Michael Overby.
And I'm Kasia Pielek. Thank you.